Success at the Prison Podcast. A lot of time you don't have to be a statistic. You don't have to go to prison. You don't have to get up on drugs. You don't have to be dealing with mental illness. There's a lot of programs out there to help you. There's a lot of people out who are willing to be a mentor to a person coming out of prison. Now, first off, step one, when you come out of prison, man, stop thinking people owe you something. Once you went in, you went in. You left them. And always remember, once you had time in the prison system, you should have been reprogramming yourself. Because when you get out of here, you will realize who don't like you. You don't have to say it. You don't have to be mad at them. They keep doing you, going about your business, and focus on what you need to do for you. Step two, the world going to keep revolving. If you're upset, you upset. Nobody going to sit there and deal with a person that's constantly angry, or constantly mad, or constantly upset, a person constantly watching their pockets. When I came home, I wasn't too concerned about what nobody else was doing. I didn't give a fuck because I knew. Was it a hard grind? Yeah, it's a hard grind. But I put myself in that situation. I had to take accountability and I had to look myself in the mirror and say, hey, you put yourself in this situation. Get yourself out of it. I went and got me a job. Then I wasn't happy with that job. I kept it and was paying my rent and I paid my car note on that. And also the rears of child support that I had for my time incarcerated. And I went and got a second job. My main focus was, man, to give me some money, put the money in the market, and start living my life. Start building for my financial freedom, my future. I ended up working two jobs for like 6, 7 years. And then when I left one job, I ended up getting my barber license, and I was cutting hair in the morning from 7:30 to 2:45. I would leave the shop. It took me 15 minutes to get to work, get there at 3, had to be on the line by 3:30. And I did that 6 days a week. I wasn't chasing women. I wasn't chasing my homies. I wasn't chasing the bars. I wasn't chasing the street. I knew what I had to do for myself to make sure that I was going to be financially stable coming out of the prison system with that strike. And when I came home, it really was hard for a person to get a good job having a felony conviction. Nowadays, you can be an electrician, you can be a plumber, you can be a pipe fitter, you can work on almost any factory in the world. You can work for UPS, you can work for Amazon, you can work for FedEx, having a felony conviction code. Majority of the individuals in America now have been in handcuffs and at different levels of felonies, but most people have been incarcerated or been in handcuffs, been downtown, and been in the county jail. So there's no excuse for a person not being successful. Weak-minded people make excuses. People who don't have no drive or motivation make excuses. Don't watch nobody else. You can't be them. I cannot be Elon Musk. I can't be Jay-Z. I can't be LeBron James. I can't be the Waddle 267. You got to be the best version of you. I strive for me every day for me to be better for me. I don't make comparisons. Now, would I make a comparison on their accolades, the hard work they put in? Yes. Like I just got off the treadmill and ran 3 miles. I just did shoulders. I just did back. I did 500 sit-ups. And guess what? I'm 59 years old. November the 5th, I'll be 60. So I don't make an excuse because I look and see what the great people do to be great. And when I leave here, right now we're in Ohio. It's 8:33. When I leave here, I got to get in the shower, pack my lunch. I will go to the boxing gym from 10:30 to 12:30. Then I will go to the shop from 12:30 to 6. 6 days a week. You know why? Because I still want to be great. I still want to stay focused. I still don't want to put myself in a situation where I might be complacent. You got to always strive to be the greatest. And I strive to be the greatest because when I was leaving out of R&D, receiving the discharge, the one lady gonna say, no, a guy, I'm sorry. The man said, yeah, hey man, I wish you the best. Boo. I said, I appreciate it, man. Then the other CEO said, oh, he'll be back. Then the lady said, no, Fry ain't coming back. He programmed, did what he's supposed to do. He educated his wife, locked up. He never gave us no problem. That made me feel damn good that two people had enough faith in me that don't even know me, only know me for being in the freaking cage, saying I won't be back. And guess what? December the 7th, 2025, I'll be 20 years free from incarceration. Never been back. I got locked up in 1988. Got in the system in 1989, and I never been in trouble again. And I'm not going to get in trouble again because I played myself like a fool to sit there and do all that damn time in prison for nothing. Small sacrifice leads to a big victory over time. Thanks, Standard. Yes, it does. And the small sacrifice I made, not going out, not hanging out, not partying, not chasing all the women, not trying to go on trips. Now I can take trips. I usually take 4 to 5 trips a year. I'm going to Houston this year. I'm going to Atlanta this year. I'm going to New Orleans this year. I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina this year. And also I'm going out the country. I'm going to Turks and Caicos. Those are just 5 trips that I know about. I go to Detroit every weekend because I'm out of Ohio. So I drive to Detroit. I've been to Columbus. I've been to Indiana. So I travel constantly. And guess what? If I didn't put myself in that situation, would have been spending my money, partying, hanging out from the get-go, I would have never had a nest egg saved. I wouldn't have had no investment where I can do this and had a luxury of taking these trips and having fun. So them the sacrifices, like Standard said, you got to make them kind of sacrifices. When you come home, man, you got to really have your blinders on. Nobody going to help you. Yes, you might have some good friends that going to look out. We're going to use Big Meech as a prime example. Big Meech could have came home broke. But we know 50 going to look out for him. 50 might have had a deal where he going to get a percentage from the show. We know other people that might still be in the game or business people that looked out for, that's in the movie industry, that might be the rappers, they going to look out. So he might be one that blessed as a kingpin went to prison. Because 99%, I'm going to say like 80% of the people who was the kingpins on the street, if they do 10 to 15 years in prison, they come on broke. So he might be one of the ones that get a blessing. But most of us come on broke because we didn't have a master plan. We was only thinking about the now. We didn't know what to do with our money. We didn't know how to move our money. We didn't start a lot of businesses. We didn't put no money in trust. So a lot of our money was taken by the United States government when we got incarcerated. So we come home broke. And then some of our friends or some people out there still respecting us and going on our past reputation want to put us back in the game. Now I get back in the game because I'm broke. I'm living with my mama. I'm living with a girl who I really don't want to be with. I just need shelter. I don't have a car, so I'm using her car or using my parents' car. And your self-esteem goes so low that you don't think you have no win. But just stay faithful. Just stay faithful. Just keep praying. It'll happen. Wallow said it best. I remember a video. He said he used to go over his nana house and had a little room. And every day he ate the same meal. The Chinese people know what they were going to order before he even ordered it. And then one time he showed $1,000. He said, man, I'm going to take that $1,000 and turn it into 100,000. And I did the same thing. I took $5 an hour and $8 an hour and turned it to a multi-million-dollar portfolio, 7-figure portfolio. Had 17 pieces of rental properties, had 2 group homes, have a barbershop and salon, have a store. I'm investing heavily in the stock market and cryptocurrency because I stayed focused. I made a small sacrifice. And I thank God for that. God is my CEO. God is the leader of my life. God is the leader of all my businesses. Everything I ever did was because of God. So when you come home from prison, man, stay focused, man. Don't get caught up in all that who, why, this bullshit that people saying on social media. It's a facade. A lot of people on here are faking so hard, it's unbelievable. So stay focused on you and make sure you be the best versions of you. Peace out, host.